Hello, 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 and welcome to your Wellness Empress. I'm your girl, Nicole, and welcome to our channel. Well, this is a special show, right? Because it's Mother's Day. I love Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day to all you mothers out there. Um, so I don't know. I thought today might be a good day to just share a personal story around motherhood for me. And because Mother's Day hits differently for everyone, right? We're all, experiencing a different journeys in life. And I just thought to share that, I'm actually not a mom. I'm not a birth mom. I am a mom by love, not by blood. I'm a bonus mom to an amazing little girl. And that has really opened me up to the joys, the wonder, the magic of being a mom. But it also makes me think a lot about my mom, right? The mom that I have. And so I wanted to share a story because for what we're personally going through as a family. And I've never talked about it before. I've kept it pretty much to just, immediate family. But, it's such a powerful testimony of God's grace that I felt that I have to share it with you guys today, just in case anyone is grieving during this time. So, in full transparency, my mom for the past 8 years has had dementia. And if you are familiar with it, it's when, if you're not familiar with it, it's when, their brain no longer communicates the way that, she's used to. Her memory has gone and all the things, right? It's a very painful illness to watch anyone go through, much less your mom. So when we got the diagnosis that my mom had dementia, I moved from New York. I'm a native New Yorker, but once my mom had the diagnosis, I immediately knew what I had to do, right? I needed to move to where she is with my father and help take care of her. And I'm so happy that I did. It was the best 6 years of my life caring for her. And I say six because now I live in Jamaica. But it's been 8 years with the illness. And when my mother first was diagnosed, I remember saying to her and to myself, it was just very clear. Well, mommy, if you die at 5 o'clock, I will die at 5:05. Straight up, because I don't have anything without you. You know what I mean? My mother was my lifeline. My mother, was my biggest defender, my biggest supporter, my biggest love source, next to my father. So I just could not imagine life without her, And I remember how upset she was. She was like, Nicole, don't say that. You have your life to live. You need to live your life. You need to live it up, And I was just like, no, mommy, what do I have other than you and daddy, And it made her so sad. And I know it probably turned up her prayers to the next level because look at my life now. I have a beautiful family, Baba and Avery, a beautiful daughter that I couldn't possibly take my life now, right? Because I have this family to live for. I have this little girl to live for. And more than that, what happened during this time is that I grew deeper in my faith with God, right? I grew deeper in love with God, and I grew deeper in love with myself and the value for myself. But anyway, flip side is, it's been 8 years. So my mother is now at a place where she's now receiving hospice care. She's receiving a hospice care at our home, thankfully, because for almost a year, my mother has been in the hospital. And she was, by the grace of God, she was able to come back home. And that's something that my parents, my mom, my dad, we all, my sister, my brother, we all wanted my mom home. And we knew she wanted to be home too, right? even though, she no longer is able to communicate, she's no longer able to walk, she's having feeding tubes, just all of the things, And when I was visiting my mother last month, well, March, this is important, these dates are important. I was visiting her in March, and it was when hospice just first started. And so it was a tough visit. I remember it was the day before I was leaving, and it was the toughest visit of all because the hospice people were there at their home, and they were just explaining to us, what this journey is going to look like now, right? That, my mother only has a few more months left on this earth, and they wanted to, brace us for that, let us know what was available to us from the chaplain, from the social workers, things like that to help us on this journey. And I just remember, being, very, very, very visibly upset, crying. And it was my sister and I talking with the nurse. And we were in the room where my mother is. But again, she's no longer speaking, no longer really communicating at all. So, but she's in the same room with us. And I'm explaining to the nurse that, yes, I understand what it may look like, but my mother has always worked hard to still communicate with us, to still be there for us. So it's really hard to accept this part in her journey. It's really hard for us, because even as my mother slowly declined and lost her ability to really communicate effectively, if I was down, if I was going through something, it's like she still sensed it and she still found the words to be able to communicate, talk to me, let me know what's going on, let me know that, mommy's still there. And I was like, so, don't count her out, you know? But again, I was super sad. This is the day before I'm leaving. It was March 3rd. Okay, March 3rd. But why this is significant is because 3 is my favorite number, and here we have 2 threes. Anyway, my sister and the nurse leave the bedroom, and they want to go. The nurse wants to have a talk with my dad to make sure that my father is also aware about what's going on, like where we are, what the hospice expectations are. Which when you enter hospice, they basically only give you 6 months to live. So I'm now at my mother's hospital bed in her bedroom, right? And I'm going through it. I'm going through it. I am crying, crying, crying. I am losing it. And, the thing about my mom is that my mom can't stand the crying. She could never stand the crying. That's the first thing she's going to tell you to do is stop, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it, stop it. She does not like the crying. So I'm crying because I'm feeling it, but I'm also crying because I want her to tell me to stop. You know what I mean? I want her to tell me to stop crying. She doesn't. I begin to sing our song, Bob Marley, No Woman, No Cry. I begin to sing that to her, looking for a reaction. I then play the song and continue to sing it to her, looking for the reaction, kissing up her hands, kissing her up, all the things, just feeling it and just saying, Mommy, what am I going to do without you? What am I going to do, Mommy? How can I do this? How can I do this life without you? How can I lose you, Mommy? I can't lose you. Come on, please, Mommy, don't leave me. Don't leave me. And I'm just going through it, saying all the things. Now, while I was at my parents' house, I placed a few things on order in Amazon, right? We don't have Amazon. Well, we do have Amazon in Jamaica, but I'm not trusting it yet. Anyway, so I ordered some things on Amazon, and what I ordered were 2 bracelets. Okay, one already came, but the other I was waiting for. And both of these bracelets were to help me remember keeping my mom close to me. They were bracelets that had ducks on it. Now, why the ducks? Because my mom, that has always been her prayer for me, was that I would take on the characteristics of a duck when faced with adversity, just in life. If you see the ducks on the pond, she would say, "Do you see the ducks on the pond, Nikki? They're just gliding. They just look calm and serene. That's what they give the world. And underneath, in the water, underneath, they're paddling like this. They're going crazy underneath. But that's not what the world sees. The world sees their peace, undisrupted, the resilience. And that's what I want for you." And in this transitioning that my mom is going through, I found myself really trying my best to be duck-like, to be a duck with all things, to be calm, to be less reactive, to be more responsive, to do what needs to be done and keeping it cool, you know? And so I was like, let me get these duck bracelets, okay? So one of the bracelets arrived. Yes, I got it. So now the day before I'm leaving, I get the notification saying it's coming today. So I'm like, okay, great. So, as I said, fast forward, rewind. I'm back, I'm crying at my mom's bed and going through all those things and just having a real shit day. You know what I'm saying? Like, just feeling so overwhelmed with grief, just feeling the loss, right? The loss, even though she's right in front of me, I'm losing so much. Anyway, I go out to go get the package, right? The bracelet has arrived. I go to the mailbox to get the bracelet. I can feel from the outside of the package that the bracelet is inside. So I'm like, yes, great, I got my bracelet. Open it up, and it's not the bracelet. It's a bracelet, but it's not the bracelet. It doesn't have ducks on it. And that's the first thing that my eyes noticed. Like, where are the ducks? Where are the ducks? Oh my God, they messed me up. They didn't give me the bracelet that I asked for. I need the ducks. And then all of that comes up like, oh my God. And I leave tomorrow. I go to Jamaica tomorrow. So when am I going to get my ducks? And so finally now that all of that settles and I really cast my eyes on what this bracelet is. And it's right here. So it's a circle. It's a bracelet. It has silver beads on it. And it's a circle, a big circle, and a little circle intertwined like this, right? Intertwined. And I'm like, oh, that's interesting. And then I read the card that comes with the bracelet. Now, my duck bracelet would have come with a card too, but this is different, right? My duck bracelet said nothing like this, okay? The bond between mother and daughter. That is what the card says. The bond between mother and daughter. This bracelet symbolizes that. It's a special bond that spans the years through the laughter, worries, smiles, and tears. A lifelong friendship built on sharing hugs and kisses, warmth and caring. Mother and daughter, their hearts as one, a link that can never be undone. Did you hear that? Mother and daughter, their hearts as one, a link that can never be undone. That's the bracelet that I received, not the duck that I was going to make be about me and my mom. This bracelet is what was sent to me instead. Who do you think did that? Huh? Who do you think did that? Is that not God? Is that not my mommy? Is that not above letting me know, Nicole, accept what's happening right now because your mother will still never leave you. The bond that you both have will never be undone. Can you imagine? And then I showed it to my dad and he was like, you know what? It looks like it creates the infinity symbol. That's what it looks like to him. And both he and my sister were lost for words because they knew what kind of day we were having. And then to receive something like this, not what I ordered, but what I needed. You can't tell me God is not real. You can't tell me that a mother's love is not real. And the bond that we have will never be undone. So if you are like me, where, you're grieving as you're slowly losing your mom or losing someone dear to you during this time, a mother figure, or even if you've lost your mom already, please hold close to the fact that your mother's spirit will still be maximized in your life. That spirit will continue to be with you. She may not be here in the physical, but in the spiritual realm, she'll never leave you. I'm really holding dear to that. It helped me in a way that I really can't even explain, Like to receive something like this by mistake, but on purpose, is just, come on, that is God. That is the goodness of God, right? Right? So, and again, my mommy never liked crying. She never liked crying. So although I still cry all the time as she still is going through this process, I am warmed by knowing that our relationship, the love that we have, will always be there. I will always feel her. She will always still communicate to me when I need it. And look at what she's done in my life already. I'm now a mommy, right? I now get to give what she's given me and so much more to our little one. And that's such a blessing. I'm so thankful for the mothers. I'm so thankful for the love that you give and the magic that you create and the space that you hold for us. I'm so thankful to be on this journey with our little one, Avery, and I'm just thankful. I hope that you are feeling the love today. I hope you are feeling magical. I hope you are feeling how much you matter, right? And if you are grieving today, I hope you know that the love that you once shared is still there. You can still tap into it. Just pay attention to the signs, whether it's a butterfly, whether it's a red robin. Pay attention to the signs. I'm pretty sure your loved one is still trying to reach you, is still with you. And yeah, yo, I hope you have a wonderful day. I love you. Please stay with me, like, subscribe, share, just come back. Let's stay together, okay? All right. Take care. Peace. Bye.